Okay, y'all, we're back, and we're back with the Cades Cove tour on a rainy day. So, all right, so we're here in Cades Cove, and we're just doing this drive-through, and just beautiful scenic area, and wonderful views, and you can begin to understand why there were a lot of people that really made their lives up here, and they loved living up here. In the 30s, when this area was created as a park, the government made a deal with the residents that were still here. And I'm not going to get into all of that. You can look that up yourself. But it just basically, they didn't take their houses away from them and tell them to get the hell out. They basically made a deal with them where that they, as long as they were living here, they still owned their land and their house and everything. But whenever they passed away or didn't want the house anymore, then it became the property of the government. So, alrighty. Yeah, beautiful scenery though. I mean, just gorgeous. God. Now, like I said, you can see why people love staying here. You can see why people love driving through here. It's really something. Now, there are other areas in East Tennessee like this, but unfortunately, some of them aren't as nice as this one, in that you know, some of them are just. All right, they do have trails. This is the Cooper Road Trail. And that leads on to some other trails as well. Those of you who are bicycling, there are certain times of year you can ride your bike on this, and the road is closed to vehicle traffic. Uh-oh. Hey. Oh, boy. Here we go. We got some turkey. I think we got turkey over here. Yeah, we sure do. Look there. Good old turkeys. There's 3 of them. I thought there was just 2. There's 3 of them. I mean, look at them, man. They're really something. Shaking off the rain. They're really something, man. Now, this particular parking lot here, this serves the Elijah Oliver place. Another cabin that's really hard to see from the road, but you have to walk a little ways to get to it. Well, more Bambis. Yeah, some more Bambies over there, so. Yeah, like I was saying about bicycling through here, at certain times of year you can ride your bike through here without any interference to cars or any sort of road traffic. And what's great about that is you don't have to worry about, you know, somebody paying attention to some deer or something like that possibly running over you, because they don't see you because they're busy looking at the deer or the turkeys or whatever. So, had a lot of rain today, so the creeks are starting to get up some. Good old wooden bridge. Abrams Falls Trailhead. So, yeah. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of trails that you can take off of here and walk on. So. I'm going to pause this and I'll pick it up in just a minute. All right, I thought I would stop here at this sign. I've got a little traffic in front of me, but I would highlight this sign here right next to the road. Danger, stay back 50 yards from all these critters like deer and elk. There is elk up here too, and bear and all of them. Really, I would probably keep 50 yards or more between me and just about any other creature. So that's just me, though. Playing it safe, you know, because some of these animals can be very unpredictable. And like I was saying earlier, you know, if you injure one of those animals, you are in for a world of hurt. Okay, I didn't know we were so close, but we are really close to the cable house. Now, what the cable house is, it's a beautiful old house that has been, they keep it up, and okay, it's closed right now. I'm a little too late, so, but see all the beautiful. I'm still going to get out and walk around a little bit. The cable house, that's that white structure there in the distance, that is the first stick-built house here in Cades Cove. I've done a video on a lot of this before, and you can go and see a lot of that for yourself. And let's see, can I highlight? Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, that's the cable house. They have a gift shop there in that building. They have a barn. There's a mill, too. The mill is really interesting. But this is also one of the few places, well, one of the only places you can use the bathroom at. So it's right there, public restroom. So, but yeah, I have done a video on the cable house, the mill and everything. And it's called the Cable House because it was a family by the name of Cable. That's who used to own it. So, all right, we are just about at the end of this. So, I'm going to carry on with the rest of this real quick. There's a graveyard right up there. I'm not gonna get out and poke around. Look at that. A lot of these graveyards up here are, they've had people, a lot of these graveyards, people have been kind of I don't know, disrespectful, you know. So I'm not sure what the penalties are for, like, you know, but if you're caught doing something like that in a park, it's a national park, I would imagine the penalties might be a little bit worse than if you were doing it at like just a regular graveyard, because a lot of those graves are really, really old. So, okay, letting somebody by. So, anyway. Now, the Cable House, I said it has a mill. That's an actual mill. They grind corn and wheat into flour, or cornmeal. So, it's just something to keep in mind. That's how you used to get your flour. Okay, here's where the Shields family, they had their place here. This is the parking for it. I think there's an actual structure on up the road here. They have a lot of those signs, you know, highlighting where that family lived and that sort of thing. So, all right. All right, folks, I'm going to pause this again. I'll pick it back up when I see something a little more interesting, for lack of a better term. Be right back. Well, hey, just right up the road, I come upon this right here. This tree here is blown down. Now, there's a reason why this is interesting, because when these trees get blown down with all their roots intact and everything, or most of their roots intact, they're pulling up all this dirt, and it's basically, they're aerating the ground. It's really something. It's just one of the ways that that happens, you know, that the ground gets aerated and can further support new growth and new life in the forest. Not that I'm any sort of biologist by any stretch of the imagination. That's just something I heard. So, you can go ahead and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, okay? I don't mind. Yeah, speed limit through here is 20 miles an hour. Hyatt Lane. Okay, this was the road that cut off some of the park, or some of the road that we were on. Okay, here's an old house. I will go in this and show you. This is the Dan Lawson place. So I will go in here and show you this and let you see all of this, because it's really interesting. It's really cool, and if I can, I'll show you the barn too. All right, I'm gonna pause this and be right back. Okay, y'all. There's just a car coming up the road, but it's just so peaceful up here, especially today. See how beautiful it is? Just peaceful and quiet. We're gonna go up here and look at the Dan Lawson place. Look around real quick. Oh, this is nice. Over here to the fence. Yeah. Okay, National Geographic, I'm coming. So there we are. Yeah, National Geographic, man. Be their #1 videographer before too much longer. Okay. Pretty crazy. Oh, wait a minute. There's one way over there in the tree line. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I see deer like that in my backyard, so it's not that big a deal for me. But it's kind of fun to watch them. But it's not fun when they run out on the road in front of you. So let's look at this old house here. You see the rock here supporting the structure? The brick chimney, that was probably something kind of thought of as fancy. Look at the way that's notched out there for the logs. So this was a log house, and then they added this front area here, which is really nice. Got a little window there beside the chimney. So, just a wonderful, gorgeous area. You can see so much here. See, the park comes in here, and they do work like this to help keep the buildings at a current state, I guess you could say, of where they were left at. Something I want to draw your attention to is that a lot of these buildings, when they were built, they were just built sometimes by people who didn't have a lot of building skills, or building skills that may seem, their building skills today may seem somewhat archaic or ancient. Believe it or not, I know it's really dark in here. That right there, that's the steps up to the base, up to the attic room, or upstairs. A little closet.
Cades and stuff under there. How you doing?
Howdy. Wow, it's really something. It's hard to think today, you know, oh my God, look at all the cars, regular traffic jam. It's hard to think today that people think of the modern world we have, that people used to live in buildings like this, but they did, and they did pretty well. You see these floorboards here, how they're cut. You see those marks right there? They were cut with a tool rather than cut by a mill. Hand-operated tools. Deer right over there, still chilling out, taking it easy. They're probably used to seeing a lot of folks up here, so lots of times the parks will use these barns like this to store stuff. I love to highlight these way these beams were cut and made, put together. Mortise and tendon and tongue and groove stuff. If you look right here, you see this notch cut like that. That L-shaped notch. Just shooting a video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's okay. I always find it interesting how a lot of this stuff was built when, you know, they didn't have electricity or all the stuff that we have today to build stuff with. You know, back then it was a different story. It was a different game than what it is today. So, I look at a building like this and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Some people look at a building like this and be like, oh my God, how do they live? But anyway, that's the way things are sometimes. Okay. I just imagine all the horses and wagons and all the farming that might have went on here. How profitable or unprofitable they might have been. This particular area might have been used for chickens. Don't know for sure. But anyway, gonna move on. Let's go up here to this little, follow this path up here to this little rise. Quite the little path there, isn't there? Which I'm not going to go much further. I still got a little bit of a drive to get back to the campground. So, even though they are sort of timid creatures, I'm not going to give them an opportunity to hurt me. You know, I am here by myself, so it pays to use your head. Oh, there's 4 out there now. So, alrighty. We're going to carry on, but I'm going to pause this. It's just a beautiful area. I mean, look at all that. Just beautiful. So serene and quiet. Peaceful. I mean, to me, this is like, you come up here, it's just not very far away from home. Like I said, it's about an hour and a half from me. So, it's just a nice little getaway. And the best part is, it's only an hour and a half away from me. So, an old wagon tire. Alright, I'm going to pause this and be right back. I know I said I was going to pause this, and I did for just a few minutes, but I want to highlight that these buildings, this house included, that most of these buildings have wooden shingle roofs, which to me is pretty awesome. So you can see the shingles up there. But yeah, wooden shingle roofs. That's why they're kind of sticking out right up there on that upper peak there, sticking out. That's what they wood shingles. They're pretty cool, but it's definitely something Best left to an expert who knows more, who knows a lot about those. Now the barn over there, it's got the tin roof. I imagine though when these bushes are in full bloom, it's probably really beautiful. Do not ask me what they are. I am not a biologist, not a plant expert. So we're going to carry on. There's a little bit more to see, and be right back. Okay, y'all, we're at the Tipton place, and you can see this little structure right here was one of the farm structures. I believe it was a feeding barn for, like, you know, goats or hogs or something like that. I'm having some trouble with my windows. Open it up. See this barn right here. It's really awesome. I don't know what kind of barn that is, but I have seen weddings being done here. So it's pretty awesome. See that all that. All right, I'm gonna pause this again. Be right back. Okay, y'all, just pausing here for just a minute and let you see this very beautiful view. A lot of this video I'm shooting from inside the truck, so it's really easy for, you know, people to come up here at any time and be able to see how pretty it is up here. And there's a lot more to the Great Smoky Mountains Park besides this. There's a lot more to it. You can go and you can see a lot of different other areas. It's really something. There's a lot to it. There's a whole lot to it. Very big park. Very big park. Oh, one other thing, a lot of this road crests a lot of hills, and when it does, you need to be really careful because the road may go a different direction, which it does, and lots of times. So